Hey everyone, in today's video we're taking a look at the Finch West LRT project, which will likely open next year. The majority of stops along the route have had shelters installed, and much of the rail and overhead wires powering the trains have been built too. Additionally, I know it's been a long time since my last video. With a lot of different things going on, it's been hard to continue making content. I'll be moving to a new upload schedule of videos every 3 weeks on Wednesdays to ensure better upload consistency. Thanks for your continued support. Now let's get into it. Starting at Humber College station, work at street level is substantially complete, with most of the panels for the station buildings installed. Inside the entrance building, much of the tiling has been completed and has some red wall tiles, something that isn't very common on the rest of the line. The new road and intersection layouts surrounding the station are starting to be paved as well. Included in the new road reconfiguration is a new east-west street connecting Highway 27 and Arboretum Boulevard, which borders the bus terminal at Humber College. This new street has a canopy above the sidewalk, which makes the walk from buses and the campus to Line 6 much better. An emergency intercom, similar to the one seen on university campuses, can also be seen in front of the station entrance. Along Highway 27, rail and overhead wires have been installed in the below-grade section of the line. Rail and wire installation continues into the portal near Westmore, where both platforms are largely complete. At Martin Grove Station, one of the only stops to have an island platform, shelters have been installed. Benches and other station amenities will likely be installed in the next few months. Like many of the stops along the route, benches have started to be installed at Albion. A walkway above the Guideway at Stevenson Station gives an interesting angle of the platform and shelters. Tracks and overhead wires along this section are also fully installed. Wrapping around Albion Mall, the roads and intersections leading into the parking lot are also being repaved, and new signals are being installed on Finch. Mount Olive Stop is nearing completion, with benches being installed. Dirt has also been poured into the planters across from the platform. Between Kipling and Islington, work to repave the roads, sidewalks, and build new bike lanes is taking place. Roundtree Mills Stop is also close to being completed, with glass panels installed on the shelters and other amenities being installed. Work continues at the intersection of Islington and Finch to pave the new intersection, including building the bike lanes. Like many of the other stops, Pearldale is progressing well, but it's also the first section of the project where the raised bike lanes have been fully paved and the bus platforms have been completed. Pearldale and Duncan Woods also have newer signage poles with the stop name and TTC logo. These poles are mostly installed in the section between Jane and Sentinel at the moment. At Milburn Rumike, shelter installation has started, but on one of the platforms only the sides of the shelters had been installed when I was filming. The roof has likely been installed by now. The lettering for the T and stop name are also not complete. At Weston, tracks have been installed through the intersection, and some sort of liquid is being poured next to the tracks, possibly rubber to close the gap between the rail and concrete. The start of platform construction at Weston is also taking place, along with the road repaving works. Leading up to Signet Arrow, rail and overhead wire has been installed, but the road has yet to be resurfaced. Both of the platforms are coming along, with the usual shelters and tactile strips installed. More work will likely continue for the next few months. North Finch Oakdale has started to receive amenities for the platforms, which include the stop name poles and benches. The intersection is also being resurfaced, which seems to involve raising the road height roughly 6 to 8 inches. A planter has been built next to the Guideway at Yorkgate Boulevard in Finch. While I wish the project had used grass tracks, the planters along the route are a nice touch. Along the section of Guideway from Jane to Centennial, the stations are almost fully complete, with the most work having been completed at Driftwood. All of the stops in this section have tactile strips, benches, ramps, and security cameras installed. Signs with the TTC logo and maps have also started to be installed at Driftwood, but will likely be rolled out across the line soon. I personally think that the maps could have been better integrated into the all-black shelter design, and that they should have shown bus connections, but luckily maps can easily be changed in the future. A new pedestrian and cycling crossing is being built and includes a short section of multi-use path connecting to the trails in the park in between Tobermory and Centennial. While the crossing is good for cyclists and pedestrians, it would have been better as a bridge or tunnel, as the light cycles will likely slow down trams on Finch unless high-level transit signal priority is used. Interestingly, the burn-in section being used for testing has been extended east to just past the intersection of Centennial and Finch. The eastern portal, which brings the line into Finch West Station, is completed with tracks and overhead wires installed. Finally, at Finch West Station, the new entrance building has been paneled and now looks very similar to the buildings at Humber College Station. Signage above the entrances has also been installed. The Finch West LRT project has been built relatively quickly, similar to the Hazel-McCallion line in Peel region. While the project is clearly not going to hit its 2023 opening goal, work is wrapping up and system-wide testing should be able to start early next year. As work nears completion at some stops, it's interesting to see the final product. The shelters cover almost all of the platform, providing decent protection from the weather, and the planters along the Guideway are a nice way to add some nature to the heavy concrete and asphalt landscape of Finch. Thanks for watching.